In the last edition of In the Loop, we looked at how the new Consumer Duty creates the obligation on your board to review on an annual basis an assessment of the monitoring activities you've undertaken to demonstrate that you're delivering good customer outcomes in line with the duty, and what actions you have taken to address consumer risks and poor outcomes identified. The new rules require that a firm must regularly monitor the outcomes retail customers received from the products the firm manufactures or distributes, the communication the firm has with retail customers, the customer support the firm provides retail customers, and that a firm must have in place processes to identify whether they're delivering the outcome for retail customers and the root cause of any failure to deliver the outcomes for retail customers. So with this in mind, it's important that you now start to think about what it is you're actually going to monitor and how you're going to report on it. As a regulated broker, there will already be a number of things that you keep under review and monitor. For example, renewal retention, complaints, and file checks. However, when you're thinking about the new Consumer Duty, you need to be conducting your reviews from the perspective of your customers. So looking at all of the parts of the customer journey from the customer's perspective, are you able to evidence that you're delivering good customer outcomes and fair value? The FCA require that you monitor that you're delivering good outcomes in line with the four outcomes now contained in the duty. So you should be testing whether what you are doing is meeting the requirements of each of these new consumer outcomes. Starting with the products and services outcome, you will already be keeping your product suitability, target market, and distribution methods under review as part of your Prod 4 product governance obligations. You may also wish to monitor repudiated claims to ensure that as far as possible, the policies you are providing are operating as your customers would reasonably expect, and where they are not, you should be taking appropriate actions to mitigate poor customer outcomes. Where you're monitoring the fair value outcome, one metric you could measure is the average income per customer. This will include items such as commission from core policies and add-ons, fees and charges, and premium finance income. Monitoring this data will help you to determine that you are meeting the price and value outcome under the duty, as well as helping you identify if vulnerable customers are paying more. Obviously, just focusing on the average number won't give you any data in respect of the range of income per customer or information about the distribution chain, so you should look at data in these areas too. Your call audits and file reviews will be a great source of information when you are monitoring the customer understanding outcome. For example, you can monitor whether your staff are providing information in a way that is clear and enables your customers to make informed decisions, helping them to achieve their financial objectives. You can check that your team are explaining your products clearly, including the benefits, exclusions, and any risks, such as underinsurance. And you can make sure that they are taking time to confirm the customer's understanding and giving them ample opportunity to ask questions. The final outcome is customer support. Again, you can monitor your call recordings and file reviews, but here you can also keep your processes under review. For example, does it remain easy for your customers to make changes to their policy, move provider, make claims or complaints, or cancel their policy? Is it easy for them to make contact with you? Do you have different options available, such as telephone, email, web contact forms, or live chat? And what are you doing to support customers in financial difficulties who are struggling to pay their premiums? Where you have identified vulnerability, are your processes providing the right level of support? Are your staff suitably trained to recognise and respond to vulnerable customers? And do you have an appropriate way of documenting vulnerability on your system? Of course, there are lots of other data sets you can report on, for example, quote conversion, renewal retention as we've touched on, call drop-off rates, and customer feedback. But your complaints will also be an invaluable source of data and help you see things from your customer's perspective across all four of the new outcomes. Whether it's a complaint regarding customer service, your fees, or an issue with a claim, conducting root cause analysis of your complaints will highlight any areas you may be delivering poor outcomes in and that require your attention to mitigate them. Whichever information you decide to monitor, the new duty requires that your monitoring allows you to assess whether you are delivering good outcomes to your retail customers on an ongoing basis. And remember, be sure to document your monitoring activities together with any actions you've taken in the event that you identify customer risk or poor outcomes. Remember, as we've mentioned in the rules at the start of this edition, the duty has created an obligation that you can evidence your monitoring activities. As always, if it ain't written down, it hasn't happened. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us at admin@drbcompliance.com, or you can get in touch via the Contact Us form on our website, drbcompliance.com.